Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's your host, Street Urchin. The ENTP Prince of YouTube, title pending. A quick shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for getting me past the 50 mark. We're now up to an astonishing 77 subscribers. And of course, way more views and watch time than I've ever had. Not to shill for myself too much. As a quick reminder, I do have a Patreon. And if you want to keep the Street Urchin off the streets, lol, consider checking it out. Once we get up to about 1,000 subscribers, that's when things can get weird. So today's video is about something that usually gets me pretty riled up. It's when people who are clearly not ENTP tell me about how much of an ENTP they are. I get focused, because the life story of a modern ENTP is anything but pleasant, and is often fraught with real dangers, typically of their own making. A crippling onslaught of wretched and useless thoughts that literally prevent you from taking initiative. Or my personal favorite, ruining every promising relationship you've ever had out of boredom. So which one do we start with? How about arguments? If you are not adept at the game of debate, then you're simply not an ENTP. If you can't stay on topic, if you use insults instead of corroborating evidence, laugh instead of proposing a counter-argument, or suggest that someone go read a book instead of explaining your logic, not only are you not an ENTP, but I can assume that in case of emergencies, your head could be used as a flotation device. ENTPs will be the first to jump at the chance to prove your theories wrong, through logical and deductive reasoning, but generally prefer philosophical discussions. Right or wrong, shades of gray, hamburger or chicken sandwich. So if you're generally agreeable, or you prefer calling people stupid rather than imagining their perspective, you're not an ENTP. Next we have apathy. If you don't find yourself spending at least 40% of your conscious hours staring off into the void or drawing squares on your desktop, you can take that ENTP result to the, Facebook groups where it belongs. Even when the ENTP is playing a game, their brain still, trails off. And when they finally snap back into reality, they'll find their character dead with all the runes missing. In Elden Ring. ENTPs have a bit of an attention span problem if you hadn't figured that out yet. I'm surprised I can make it through this sentence. Okay, I'm back. Moving on to drug addiction, booze, weed, cocaine, of course. An ENTP is no stranger to substance abuse. I assume it has something to do with being so far removed from extroverted sensing. They may not know how to moderate physical sensations properly, since they spend so much of their time ignoring them. 3 weeks ago, I accepted 2 shots from a complete stranger, then ranted to them about how the shadowy overlords are trying to, take over the world. True story. Point is, if you don't have mind-altering chemicals around, you're probably not an ENTP, or you're broke. Speaking of extroverted sensing, we move on to physical aspects. It's not that the ENTP doesn't care about the physical, it's that they barely notice the physical. They would rather spend time wondering what things could be rather than what things are, and naturally don't often volunteer themselves for physical activities outside of relations. So things like sports, mountain climbing, hiking, camping. If you regularly enjoy these activities, then you're probably an ESTP, in which case, why are you here? Go play ultimate frisbee or whatever it is you kids do these days. And finally, on this long list of obvious character flaws, being a total nerd. That's right. If you aren't gulping down the Kool-Aid of computer technology, anime, video games, quantum mechanics, or some other sciencey nonsense, then, you're probably not watching my channel. But it also means that you're not an ENTP. There's just so many things out there that push the boundaries of imagination, things that test the limits of reality. An ENTP easily finds themselves lost in it, usually to their detriment, of course, as they are also masters of unintentional self-harm. You remember that time with that thing, and you're all like, whoops, yeah, that time. Alright, that was 5 painfully sobering signs that you're not an ENTP. Good for you if you aren't. Life is just agony when nothing interesting is going on. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're into comedic MBTI related videos, maybe subscribe. As always, I've got more stuff on the way. See you next time. Bye!